Here's something that might surprise you. On a beach in southwest Tasmania, you could pick up a rock that began its journey in Antarctica. A piece of another continent, separated by a vast ocean, is sitting right here in your hand. This isn't magic, it's geology. Tasmania is not just an island south of Australia, it's a displaced piece of a supercontinent, a geological puzzle box filled with clues to a much older world. Most people see Tasmania as Australia's smaller, greener sibling, but its true identity is far more profound. It's a geological outlier, a fragment of Earth's crust that doesn't quite fit with the mainland. Its mountains and valleys tell a different story than the red deserts of Central Australia. This island is a time capsule, preserving chapters of Earth's history erased elsewhere. The story of this Antarctic rock begins hundreds of millions of years ago, a tale of continents drifting, colliding, and tearing apart. Tasmania was once wedged between what we now call Australia and Antarctica, a critical piece in the supercontinent of Gondwana. When Gondwana fractured, Tasmania clung to Australia but carried the geological DNA of its former neighbors. So, when we look at a map, we see an island. But a geologist sees a geological refugee, a landscape sculpted by forces that began long before the first dinosaurs. This island is a testament to the fact that the ground we stand on is not static. It is alive, constantly moving, and it carries the memory of its epic journey across the planet. Tasmania isn't just a place, it's a witness to deep time. Imagine a world where South America, Africa, India, Australia, and Antarctica are all joined together in one giant landmass, Gondwana. Tasmania was not an island then, but a mountainous region deep in the heart of this supercontinent, right next to what's now the Transantarctic Mountains. They were geological twins, born from the same continental collision. This ancient connection is the key to understanding Tasmania's uniqueness. While most of Australia was flat and quiet, Tasmania was at the center of tectonic action. Its western rocks are ancient, folded, and metamorphosed, a perfect match for rocks found in Antarctica. The breakup of Gondwana began around 180 million years ago, a slow process of rifting and tearing. Tasmania was pulled away with Australia, but the scar of its separation from Antarctica is still visible today. The deep ocean basin between them is the final reminder of this continental divorce. This separation set Tasmania on a different geological and biological path. While Australia drifted north into warmer climates, Tasmania was left behind in the cool, wet, roaring 40s. Its Gondwanan heritage and isolation created a world apart, a living museum of Gondwana. It became an island sanctuary, preserving a climate, landscape, and life forms that harken back to that lost supercontinent. If you toured Australia, you'd find vast areas of ancient, stable rock called cratons, tectonically quiet for billions of years. But cross the Bass Strait to Tasmania, and the story changes. Tasmania is a mosaic of different rock types, a patchwork of geological history. The west is dominated by ancient Precambrian rocks, folded and faulted by mountain-building events, rich in minerals. In contrast, the east is made of younger sedimentary rocks from the Permian and Triassic periods, laid down in ancient rivers and seas. The island is literally split in two, geologically speaking. The hard rocks of the west create rugged mountains. The softer rocks of the east form rolling hills and valleys. This divide dictates where rivers flow, what soils form, and where different plants and animals can live. Tasmania's dramatic beauty and biological diversity are born from this deep underlying contrast. Its very character is shaped by its stony skeleton. The landscape is a living record of Earth's restless past. About 185 million years ago, as Gondwana began to break apart, something incredible happened beneath Tasmania. Huge quantities of molten rock, or magma, pushed up from deep within the Earth's mantle. This magma didn't erupt, it spread sideways, forcing its way between older rocks as dolerite. This event, the Ferrar-Dolerite intrusion, was colossal, affecting not just Tasmania, but also Antarctica, South Africa, and South America. In Tasmania, the magma cooled into hard, crystalline dolerite, forming vast sheets hundreds of meters thick. Over millions of years, uplift and erosion exposed this dolerite, leaving it as the capstone of Tasmania's most iconic mountains. Today, dolerite defines the landscape of central and eastern Tasmania. Cape Raoul's columns, Ben Lomond's Peak, and the cliffs of the Tasman Peninsula. Cradle Mountain Lake St. Clair National Park is a dolerite wonderland. When you stand on these summits, you're on the cooled heart of a Jurassic volcanic system. These rocks are remnants of the forces that tore a supercontinent apart. The landscape is a monument to ancient volcanic power. How do we know all this? By learning to read the rocks. A geologist is like a detective, and the landscape is their crime scene. Every rock, fossil, and landform is a clue. At the base of a Tasmanian cliff, a geologist sees a book. Its pages are layers of rock, each one a different time and environment. They observe rock types, layer arrangements, and signs of folding or faulting, evidence of ancient collisions. Samples are collected and analyzed in the lab for mineral content and age using radiometric dating. By comparing rocks in Tasmania to those on other continents, geologists found matches that proved their shared Gondwanan past. Fieldwork, lab analysis, and geological knowledge let us reconstruct Tasmania's epic journey through time. The island's rocks are a record of its origins in a supercontinent and its present-day isolation. Reading the landscape reveals the story of Earth itself. Tasmania's ancient rocks and dolerite set its basic shape, but its dramatic peaks and valleys were sculpted by a more recent force: ice. During the Ice Ages, glaciers formed on Tasmania's high mountains. Imagine rivers of ice, hundreds of meters thick, grinding down from the central plateau. These glaciers carved V-shaped river valleys into classic U-shapes, the signature of glacial erosion. Lake St. Clair, Australia's deepest freshwater lake, fills a basin gouged by a massive glacier. Thousands of small lakes or tarns dot the landscape, hollows scraped out by ice. Moraines, ridges of rock and debris, mark where glaciers melted. Even the rocks bear scars. Polished surfaces and striations show the direction of ancient ice flow. Unlike mainland Australia, shaped mostly by water and wind, Tasmania's highlands were radically reshaped by ice. The result is a rugged, lake-filled wilderness more like Patagonia or Norway than anywhere else in Australia. When the last ice age ended, rising seas flooded the land bridge to Australia, isolating Tasmania. The island became an ark, its plants and animals evolving on their own path. This isolation is why Tasmania's wildlife is so unique. Many species that vanished from the mainland survived here, like the thylacine and the Tasmanian devil. The thylacine, a wolf-like marsupial, was hunted to extinction in 1936, a stark reminder of human impact. The Tasmanian devil, now the world's largest marsupial carnivore, survives as a living relic of a time before dingoes. Other animals like the Tasmanian pademelon and endemic birds tell the same story of isolation. They've evolved into distinct species, found nowhere else on Earth. Tasmania is an evolutionary laboratory, a place where life adapts and changes in isolation. Its unique creatures are living testaments to the power of separation. Tasmania's biological uniqueness isn't just about animals. Its plants tell an even older story. The island's cool, wet climate preserved ancient plant species from Gondwana. Walking through a Tasmanian rainforest is like stepping back in time, surrounded by living fossils. The Huon pine, one of the world's oldest organisms, can live for over 3,000 years. Some clonal colonies are over 10,000 years old. The myrtle beech, another Gondwanan survivor, forms the canopy of Tasmania's cool, temperate rainforests. Its relatives are found not in mainland Australia, but in New Zealand and South America, a living map of Gondwana. These ancient forests are a stark contrast to the fire-adapted bush of the mainland. Instead of eucalypts, you find dense, damp forests of beech, pine, and giant tree ferns. Tasmania is a climatic and botanical refuge, preserving an ancient ecosystem lost elsewhere. Its forests are a living link to a vanished world. So, Tasmania is different. Its rocks tell a story of continental collisions and volcanic intrusions. Its mountains are carved by ice. Its plants and animals are relics from a lost world. But why does this matter? Because Tasmania gives us a unique window into Earth's history. It shows in a tangible way how the planet changes over vast timescales. By studying Tasmania, we understand the forces that shaped all continents. Its separation from Antarctica helps us model how supercontinents break apart. The dolerite intrusions and glacial landforms are textbook examples of volcanic and ice age processes. Tasmania is a natural laboratory where geology's grand theories are written on the landscape. It's also a lesson in biology and conservation, showing how isolation drives evolution, but also how fragile these ecosystems are. The extinction of the thylacine and the fight to save the Tasmanian devil remind us of our responsibility. Tasmania connects us to deep time, a bridge between fleeting human experience and the immense rhythms of the earth. It reminds us we're part of a much larger, older story. Understanding that story is essential to understanding our own place in the cosmos.